friends, now I would like to explain one more Python program. Right here, he is asking write a function ball collide that takes the two balls as a perimeters and compute if they are colliding. Right, your function should return the Boolean representation whether or not the balls are colliding. So I will explain the problem, and he also given some int represent the balls as a plane of triples, right? X, Y, and R, where X and Y, R is the radius. So he is asking, let us consider this is the first ball, right? With the radius that is R1, and this is the suppose the second ball with the radius R2, right? And suppose, and we are going to be, we know that the balls means these are the circles. There are also has the center point. This is x1, y1, and this is x2, y2, right? Suppose it is confusing, I will write somewhat bigger, please, right? Suppose this is the ball 1, and this is the center point, and this is the radius r1. The center point is represented as x1 comma y1. This is the another ball, right? This is the radius r2, and the center point is represented as x2 and y2. Then what he says means, suppose now we are going to be calculate the distance between these two center points, that is between these two, that is distance between two center point by using dist, that equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is the formula, right? And we are the suppose the balls are collide, suppose that means the balls are like that, right? The distance is less than the their sum of the radius, two radius. That means suppose the radii 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 equal to r1 plus r2. Suppose the distance less than radii, because that means the balls are collide, hence the distance is less than the radii value. Now the balls are collide, otherwise the balls are not collide. Here he also given one more tip, like consider the values of the two balls as a triple where the last parameter is r, and he is also asking, that is we should return a boolean value, that means that is the true or false value. So what we are going to be consider here means, suppose we are going to be say that again, suppose I am going to be consider the first ball is like that, I am going to be representing as a triple T1 as suppose x1, y1, comma r1, and for the second ball I am going to be consider this one is the second ball, that is the another triple T2 equal to x2, y2, and r2. Now I am going to be calculate the distance between these two balls. Distance equal to, by using the formula y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square, square root of, and by using the triple values, that is I am going to calculate the sum of radii, that means sum of r equal to r1 plus r2. Now I am again say that if uh, if distance less than sum of r, then I return true value, that means I return 1, else I return the 0, right? So I return, sorry, right? Else I return 0. In main program, actually in main block, this is the function what I am going to be write the ball collide. In function, I consider the two tuples, that is L1 or the T1 equal to triple 2, and one more triple T2 equal to, let us consider 2 to 7. So the sum of radii, that means sum of r equal to 9 actually, and x2 minus x1, let us consider this may be the 4, this may be 4, x2 minus x1 equal to 0 whole square, y2 minus y1, that means 4 minus 2, 2 square, right? That means 2 square equal to 4, that equal to 2 actually, 2 less than 9, hence the balls are collide because the distances are collide. Now, friends, I directly go to the Python interpreter and I write the code and I will explain this one, right? So, let us consider this is the Python online interpreter. Here I am going to be write, first I am going to be define the function ball underscore collide. We know that this function will take the two lists, or sorry, two tuples that are T1 and T2. Here I am going to be call them as P1 comma P2, P1 comma P2, and here I am going to be write uh, how to I am going to calculate the distance. Right, before the distance I am going to be calculate the sum of the radii. That means sum sum r equal to, we know that the tuple is indexable. The last part of the tuple is a radii. Here we are going to be representing, right? Here we are going to be representing the last value of the triple value is the radii. Here this is, please. So this one is the radii. So I am calculating the triple is indexable, that is 0, 1, 2. Suppose we are going to be indexing this one. Suppose this value is 0, this value is 0, this value is 1, and this value is 2 in P1, or here in program we are going to be consider them as P1, and here this value is 0, 1, 2, right? So for that reason I am going to be use mm, P1 of P1 of 2 plus P2 of 2. I am going to write, sorry, P2 of 2, right? This is the sum of r. To calculate the distance, we know that y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. So y2 minus y1 means p1 of 1, p2 of 1 minus p1 of 1, right? Here I am going to use dist is a distance variable, and I am going to be use the square root. Later I will write, right? p p2 of 1, that equal to minus uh, p1 of, sorry, I write minus p1 of 1, p1 of 1. That means this is the y2 minus y1 whole square. So we are going to be write the whole square. So for that reason I am going to be use 2, right? Suppose you need, we keep one more bracket, and then plus x2 minus x1 whole square. X2 means, mm, sorry, this is 1, not the 0, p2 of 1, right? X2 minus x1 means, right? Again I keep the 0, p2 of 0, 0 minus p1 of 0, and I keep whole square. For that reason, I close the bracket and write star 2. Right? So there is a need of the right. This is, and I will close this bracket also. Here I keep one more bracket also here also. So this is, I am going to be consider some temporary distance, not the total distance, because we are going to be calculate the square root for this one. I am going to be consider this is the temporary variable. To calculate the square root, we know that we are going to be import the math module, import math, right? Here I am going to be call it as temp, temporary one. So this one. Next I am going to calculate the actual distance. Distance equal to math dot sqrt rt of temp. So this is the actual distance. Okay. Now I am going to be consider the distance suppose less than radii. That means sum of r. So for that reason I am going to write if loop. If dist less than sum of radius, then I will write that a print statement, print balls are collide, sorry, balls are, just I am going to write this statement only for our understanding, but in programming he is asking return a boolean value, and I return 1, because 1 is considered as a boolean true, right? Suppose otherwise I am going to write else statement, else I am going to write print balls are not collide, balls are not collide, and I return 0 value. We know that 0 is considered as a boolean false. Now I come to here the main block. So from here onwards actually the Python programming is starting. For our convenience I am going to be write it as a main block, and here I am going to be initialize the two tuples, that is t1 t1 equal to tuple is created with the angular brackets 2 comma 2 comma 2, or 2 comma 2 comma 2, and I am going to be write t2 as another tuple, t2 as with an angular bracket 2 comma 4 comma 7. Now I call the function ball collide, and because I return the value, the return value will be stored in another variable x, right? X equal to ball underscore collide. I will send the two tuples t1 comma t2 as the actual arguments to the ball collide function, right? And now I print the result. Uh, print suppose with the variable x, right? Right? Because the one is converted into the boolean type, so for that reason I am using the bool of x, right? So suppose one is returned, it will convert it true, otherwise it is print the false. Now I execute this program. Friends, please observe this one. Is there any error? We are going to be visualize this one, right? Somewhat here in the line number 4, right? Temp equal to up to this one, this is over. This is first parenthesis, second parenthesis, one parenthesis closed. This is the third parenthesis. Okay, here I keep the parenthesis. here I keep the parenthesis, that is the wrong, right? Now once again I will run this one, right? Main block true. Why? Because I am going to what I am going to be consider. I go to the explain this one. Suppose here let me consider this one, right? Let me consider this one 222 247. So 2 less than 9. Suppose the balls are not collide, we are going to be consider T1 and T2 values. T1 equal to suppose 4 6 3 because the radius is very less, and T2 equal to suppose 7 12 and 4. Now y2 minus y1, 7 minus 4, 3 3 square, and 12 minus 6 6 square, this is the square root, and it will be less than or greater than 3 plus 4 7. Now the value is 3 square means 9 plus, actually, right? Here I am going to write it as 9 plus 36, right? That means 45. 45. Moreover 6, the value is 6 point something. Actually 49 means 7. This is also the balls are because the distance is greater than the radius, the balls are not collide. So I will consider 463 and 712 4, right? 463 and 712 4. Here 4 I will change 4 6 and 3 and 463. What I am going to consider 7 12 4 7, right? 12 and 4. Now what it will be happen? Again I am going to run this one, right? Because 6 balls are collide. Actually I will change the parameters because I will improve this value. Suppose out of 7 I will consider it as a 17, right? 17 11 square, right? Now that is 11 square plus that is 11 square means 121 plus 6, 36, the value of this one. Now what I am going to write here, that is I am going to be 17 minus 4. Suppose I am going to be consider this one as a 17. 17 minus 4, that is equal to 13. No, sorry, right? 13 square plus 6 square, right? It may be greater than, that is equal to 7. 13 13s and 36, right? I will calculate here what is the value of 13 39 39 and 13 plus 3 169, 169 plus 36, right? This is also has the square root, right? 169 means 170 205. So this value certainly greater than 7, then the balls are not collide. I will show to you, right? Okay, false, balls are not collide. That means the distance between the balls is greater than the sum of their radius. I hope you can understand this program. Thank you. Right, please, I am explain once again. That is balls collide is the, I will first of all I will consider the tuples. I will pass the tuples to the ball collide function here, and the first of all I am going to be consider the third parameter in the tuples, that means index value 2 as the radius. I can calculate the sum of the radius, and then I will calculate the the distance between the 2 points as x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square square root of. For this one, I am going to take a temporary variable by using the index values of the tuples. I will calculate this one. That means x2 minus x1 whole square means p2 of 0, that is the x2, right? This is the x2, and minus p1 of 0, this is the x1, and p2 of 1, this is the y2, and minus p2 p1 of 1, this is the y1, right? And I will calculate the square root by using the math module, and the distance less than sum of the radii, then the balls are collide, and otherwise the balls are not collide. Okay, thank you.